Welcome to Mastering Locks with Dr. Lock Genie. This is the Layman Terms podcast. Welcome in. This is another unscripted, um, raw, candid podcast episode. I haven't figured out my backgrounds, I haven't figured out my setup, but I know I just wanted to get started, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's your girl Danielle, aka Dr. Lock Genie, and we're just gonna jump right into the topics for today. I'm following a certain pathway when it comes to the topics that I'm having each episode because there's so many things I want to cover for people who are interested in offering lock services, specifically dreadlock extensions. So today we're going to be talking about what is most important and like determines if you can get to that next level and grow and expand and network and bring other people into what you're doing later down the line. And that is customer service, honey. Customer service is so important to my business. It, oh my God, has taken my business from here to here overnight immediately. And I noticed just that because I treated people well, even in the beginning when I wasn't as experienced, they just wanted me to do their hair because I was so nice and I wasn't impatient. I was graceful. I listened. I was kind. And that just came from me working previously in customer service since I was like 16. So that was a long time ago. But yeah, that prepared me, and all the jobs that I work in were customer service based. It prepared me for how I would run my business. So customer service is very important. There's so many people who end up doing locks and getting into the industry, and they don't have those jobs before then where they gain the experience of how to treat people, patience, kindness, grace, empathy, which is very important when you're offering services to people, especially dreadlocks. That's a community in itself with different types of people, and you just don't want to offend people. And these people are shopping around for someone to help them fill a void that they can't fill for themselves. So you should be meek. You should be helpful. You should be graceful, and you should be listening and be open to questions. A lot of the clients that I talk to, and when they're giving me props on how they were treated, they're like, yo, I be asking questions, and the girls, they just be snapping on me. And I'm just like, how else am I going to figure out if you're the right stylist for me if you're getting mad because I'm asking questions? And it's important for the locticians to know that when you get into this industry, you have to be patient. You have to allow questions because you're a business and they don't know who you are. And especially if you're starting out and you don't have a website that's set up that's giving this information. If you're somebody that don't like answering questions, then that's something you're gonna want to do. You're gonna have. I mean, you're gonna want to have a website set up to where you don't have to talk to anyone. And the next time you're talking to someone is consultation time because the website is set up to answer all the questions that they have. And now you don't have to, deal with, hey, what's up, y'all? You don't have to deal with people asking multiple questions because you're answering all the questions on your website. So, customer service is just so important. Like all businesses, if you pay attention to the big corporations, they put customer service above everything. They pay these people and they don't pay. Not saying the locticians have that same standard because we're not corporations. So you're not going to get that same level of response when it comes to clients, but you should be treating people with respect anyway. And I think that's where the Lock Bar wins at, and that's where Dr. Lock Genie wins at because we just are kind in general. I'm just a good person. Now, hey, hi, what you doing? What's going on? All I see is highs, but Yeah, if you're not leading with customer service and you're not allowing your clients to ask questions, even if it's like there is so many times where I've had people ask questions to information that is in the post. And I mean, in the background, I'd be like, oh my God, but I would never exude that energy to the client. I would never let them know that they're being annoying because the information was right there. I will repeat what I got to repeat. I'll repeat it 3 and 4 times if I have to, because at the end of the day, if you're at the level where you're taking these high end services like extensions and crochet services, maybe I'm not getting smart with you. How many? You can ask me 20 questions because when you book, you paying me $1,400, right? Why would I get an attitude with you and you trying to figure out how you can give me your money so I can fill a service and fill a void for you? So, customer service is important. It is very important. You know what I mean? Because that's how you're going to get your potential clients to trust you. And that's what you want. You want them to trust you because there was a time where I was a beginner, right? And when I was a beginner, I treated them the same way I treat them now. But being that I was a beginner, they trusted me because I treated them so respectfully and I answered their questions that they trusted me even though I didn't have the experience. And that's the advantage. And that's what you're going to need in the beginning, especially if you're trying to build clientele, you're trying to build experience. You have to be okay with just being graceful. Answer as many questions as you can. And that's the biggest sum of it when you're a loctician. It's a very easy job. It's not hard. It's very simple. It's precise, but it's very simple. Anyone can do it. But not everyone can treat people with respect and kindness and listen and have that customer service. Not everybody can do that. And that's the biggest difference. And so, no, I'm not going to get into technique these first episodes. No, I'm not going to get into how to, the way to make the money is how you treat people. You know what I mean? And it is to just be a genuinely good person. And people are going to trust you and they're going to say, retwist ain't as good, but I bet you she be on time. And she communicate with me and she's graceful and understanding with me. And a lot of people take that into consideration when they're shopping around for stylists. You can be the best stylist in the world, but if you treat me like crap and you got an attitude, I'm gonna settle for old girl down the street and just get what I get. I'm not gonna keep coming to you, giving you my money, and you just treating me like you the star. Okay, so yeah, that's very important. And that's why I really want this podcast to be about today. It's just customer service. I mean, I've had so many different clients that I feel like some people will reach out to you just to get you to try to crack. They'll try to, get you to break and snap. I'm telling you, I know this to be true because I'm like this, they can't be really serious. And I just answer the questions and I repeat myself and I'll screen record if I have to. Hey, whatever I have to do um, to get them to book that appointment, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. If I can have anybody read any book, it would be 48 Laws of Power because this is a perfect place to put that. If you just know you just not a nice person, at least put it aside for the bigger goal. Okay. Some people just don't know how to be kind. It takes nothing, especially if these people are paying you this amount of money. Even if they're paying you for a retwist, like, you want this person to come to you every 4 to 6 weeks and put you in their budget. The least you can do is answer their questions. Now there are some clients that are just hard to deal with. You're going to run into clients that you have to fire. Okay, I've had to fire a few clients and I did it professionally. I didn't let them get me out of character, but I also know this is not the stress I want to deal with. So I'd rather get rid of them. Hey, I don't think I'm gonna work out for, you know, the services that you need. I don't think we on the same page. I don't think I match your expectations, whatever the case may be. Some people in their personal lives are so stressed out. They have so many issues or they're so negative that in everything they do, that's what they give it. And sometimes you have to decide, like, you know what, this person is just hard to deal with, hard to please. I can't do it. And you fire them as a client, and that's a part of customer service too, because your mental matters too. Just like you can drive these customers, they can drive us too. And difficult, I don't do difficult. Me personally, I'll explain to you over and over and over again. But if I feel like I'm getting to the point where I have to convince you, no, that's okay. I ain't gonna fire you, but I'm just gonna be like, well, I'm gonna let you decide. Actually, let's give it a couple of days and you think on it. And if you feel like this is something you can do, because this is a serious thing, the services that I offer and the services that I'm gonna be training people to offer, I'm not gonna chase you. I don't have to, but it's very expensive and it's something that you need to think on. And I'm gonna tell you that because not only is it the facts, it's a tactic. Because I'm letting you know I'm not out of your after your money. You need to think on this because this is very expensive. So let's do that, and then you just follow up with me if it's for you. And they normally follow up. But that's just all a part of the game. You can't be arrogant and be like, "Oh, that is how you get money in this industry." You know what I mean? People can have the money, and if you ain't treating them right, they're not gonna give it to you. I don't care how good you are. You know what I mean? And that's just a part of being good at what you do. That's a surplus. You already good at it. They want to give you the money, and all you have to do is just put a little icing on the cake by being respectful, because that shows that you aren't arrogant. It shows that you're, what I mean, meek, humble. You're like, yeah, I'm the goat, but I'm also treat you like a person, and that's important. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind. It's something that has made me very successful in my business, like has gotten me so far. And then word of mouth, I'm telling you, is worth gold. Like word of mouth is the next best thing. It is, because people are going to tell other people and they're going to see your workout and they're going to be like, oh, okay, who did your hair? You know what I mean? And then they refer you, they person, and they reach out to you and you ain't right with your customer service. They're going to be like, who you refer me to? So customer service. It is very important. I cannot wait to be able to drop the course for you guys. I'm gonna definitely be talking a lot about that because that is very important. That is very important. Even if you have to make a script for yourself. Okay. I had to make a script for someone that was working with me because she wasn't used to customer service. She was very blunt. She was who she was. She was unapologetically her. And that's okay when you don't work in business. But in business, you have to develop a separate character. How are you? I'm in South Africa. You're beautiful. I love you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will be live every Monday. I don't have an exact time, but I know I am sticking to it no matter where I'm at, no matter what I'm doing. I want to go live. And we're going to be talking about different topics regarding starting your business and becoming a loctician and offering the services that I offer, that I self-taught, learned myself, so that you can grow the same business that I've grown. So make sure you guys subscribe, like, share. If you know anyone that, wants to start a business, it's a low startup cost, follow my page. I'm going to be dropping courses soon. It's a very simple technique to learn. So yeah, um, if you've worked in customer service, this will be the perfect job for you, right? So yeah, but thank you. I'm gonna wrap it up here because that's really what I wanted this episode to be about. Really, it's just about customer service and how we treat our clients. And it does not, it's very simple. Everything I'm going to talk about is very simple. Okay. Speak slowly, don't speak loudly, listen without interrupting, and being patient, being kind, being graceful. That'll get you a long way in the business, you know. So, yes, it's your girl, Dr. Lock Genie. I'm about to be out. Make sure you guys subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. I'm on TikTok at Dr. Lock Genie. And yes, I will see you guys next Monday. Hopefully, we can get a 30-minute session in. I was like a little bit unprepared tonight, but I promised myself that I would still post these videos, no matter where I'm at, no matter what I'm doing, and that's what I'm gonna do. So y'all gonna literally be with me throughout this whole journey of figuring out how to set up things and get everything situated to where I'm stationary and I'm doing episodes from one spot consistently. So until then, make sure you follow your girl. Peace out. Bye.